Hello and welcome back to Ganesh Institute. So in today's video we are going to discuss about class 9th topic number system and the extra questions. So let's get started. Our first question is express 0.2727 in P by Q form. How can we do that? So in order to get this answer, you have to consider that this 0.2727 is x. Now you can see that 0.2727 has two digits which are repeating. So you need to multiply, let's assume this is first equation. You have to multiply both sides with 100. Why 100? Because it has two digits which are repeating. Okay? So on left hand side, if you multiply x with 100, it will become 100x. And on to the right hand side, it will become 27.2727. Is it correct? Because if you see, if you multiply 100, this decimal will shift to right hand side and you will get 27 point. You can put as many 27 after decimal as you like because we have repeating digits. We have one column or bar or 20 on 27, okay? This is my next equation. Now the traditional way of doing it is subtract first equation from second, okay? So if you do that, 100x minus x will give you, on to the right hand side if you see, 27.2727 minus 0.2727. Everything after decimal will get cancelled. So you are left with only 27. So that means 99x, because it is 100 and this is 1x. 100 minus 1 is 99. X is equals to 27. So x becomes 27 by 99. You can simplify it more. So 9 3s are 27, 9 was a 9, 9 was a 9. So you get 3 by 11, which is a rational number which can give you 0.2727 and so on division. I hope you got it. Let's move on to the next question. Here, find the values of A and B when this is the condition given to you. So whenever you see in an irrational number in denominator, always rationalize it, okay? So what you can do, you can rationalize left hand side. How do we do that? You have to take conjugate. That means if in denominator you have plus sign, just multiply with same values in numerator and denominator but with opposite sign, okay, in between. So what have you got? If you see in numerators, you have got root 3 minus 1 whole square, right? Root 3 minus 1 multiply root 3 minus 1. And you know what is the formula or identity for a minus b whole square? It is a square plus b square minus 2ab. Here a is root 3 and b is 1. And in denominator, if you multiply root 3 plus 1 and root 3 minus 1, you will get a plus b, a minus b. That is a square minus b square. So in this way, if you solve it, root 3 square, whenever you multiply same roots, root 3 into root 3, you get 3. Plus 1 square is 1. Minus 2 root 3 ones are 2 root 3. In denominator, what have you got? Root 3 square is 3. 3 minus 1 square is 1. So you got 2. So that means if you simplify it more, these are like terms, 3 plus 1, 4 minus 2 root 3 by 2. Now you can see that 2 is in denominator with both of these numbers, 4 and 2 root 3. So 4 by 2 will give you 2, minus 2 root 3 by 2 will give you root 3. Now, this is your left hand side. You solved this. So if you compare it with a plus b root 3, what have you got in terms of a and b? Compare. A is without root. So a becomes 2 on comparison and b becomes, see, root 3 is here, root 3 is here. So leave this. What are you left with? B becomes -1, the coefficient of root 3, -1. I hope you got it. Let's move on to the next question. Now here you have to examine whether these are rational or irrational. You know, when we have surds, that means those roots which cannot be solved are surds. Then you can say that these are irrational. Or irrational can be defined also with non-terminating, non-repeating decimal expansion, right? So how do we check whether these are rational or irrational number? So one way of doing it is, don't just pre-assume that okay, it is having root 3 so it will be an irrational for sure. No, always solve it. It is a plus b whole square, so expand it. A square plus b square plus 2ab. Correct? Always write formula and identities. Always. It has marking weightage. So 3 square is 9, root 3 square is 3 plus 2 3s are 6 root 3. Okay? Now like terms, 9 and 3 becomes 12 and 6 root 3. So you can see, though I can have definite value in terms of 12, but root 3 cannot be solved further. I mean, I cannot get exact value. So root 3 is a prime number, so its square root will be an irrational number for sure. So yes, it is irrational, because you know that sum addition of a rational, which is 12, and irrational number is an irrational number. Okay, so it is irrational. Now next part is 3 plus root 3, 3 minus root 3. Here you have a plus b, a minus b, that means a square minus b square. So 3 square is 9, root 3 square is 3. What have you got? 6. And you can see this is a rational number. Correct? Because it is in the form of p by q, 6 by 1. Then third is 6 by root 3. You cannot leave a root in denominator form. So always rationalize it first. So it will give you 6 root 3 by root 3 is 3 if you multiply. So 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6. What have you got? Root 2 root 3, which is of course an irrational number. So this way you can examine whether a particular number is a rational or irrational number. Let's move on to the next part. Oops. You have to rationalize these numbers, root 3, root 2, root 5. And in denominator we have 3 values. How do we do that? Okay. One way of doing it is, can I pair them up? Root 3 and root 2. These can be paired up, right? So that means if I will rationalize it, I'll get, this is my a part, which is together. It has minus in denominator, so conjugate will have plus, root 5. Similarly, same goes with denominator. So far so good? Okay. Now if you multiply this value with 1, you will get this value only, root 3 plus root 2 plus root 5. Now in denominator, it is a minus b, a plus b. So it will be a square minus b square. In numerator you cannot solve it further because all of the surds are different, right? 3, 2, 5, all numbers are different. Roots can only be added and subtracted if they have same base value. Now in denominator what I can do? A plus b whole square. So root 3 square is 3, root 2 square is 2 plus 2ab, that is root 3 into root 2, root 2. Correct? Minus, this is multiplying between these two, minus root 5 square is 5. Correct? Now root 3 plus root 2 plus root 5 divided by 3 and 2 is 5. 5 minus 5, 0. Correct? Now what are you left with? These three numbers. 2 into root 3 and root 2, root 6. Now again, because question is asking for rationalization, I cannot leave in denominator one irrational number. So rationalize it. So again I need to multiply with root 6 and root 6 to remove root 6 from denominator. So what have you got? If you multiply root 6 with root 3, you will get root 18, correct? Then root 6 into root 2, root 12, plus root 6 and root 5, root 30, divide by root 6 and root 6, 6, 6 2s are 12. So this is your answer. Are you getting my point? If you want to solve it further, you can do, because root 18 can be written as 9 into 2. 18 can be written as 9 into 2. 9 can come out from root, so it will become 3 root 2. Then again 12 is 4 threes are. So 4 can come out as 2 and 3 will be there only. Then we have 30. 30 is 6 fives are. Now it cannot be solved further because we don't have pairs anymore. So it will be as it is, divide by 12. I hope you got this clearly, and if so, then let's move on to next question. Okay, this is easy peasy. You have to find out three rational numbers. Now, you always try to use traditional method which you have been following since your previous class. That is, you have two numbers 1 and 2. You have to find out three rational numbers. Let's do it. Let's multiply it with 10 by 10. And you will get 10 ones are 10 by 10. 2 times 20, 2 times 10 is 20 by 10. And you get many numbers in between 10 and 20, like 11 by 10, 12 by 10, 13 by 10, and so on. We are only supposed to find out three numbers, right? So this is one way of doing it. But if you use, it depends on marks also, how much marks your question is given for. So in that case you have to use this formula, a plus b by 2, where you will consider a and b either of these two numbers. Let's say a, I'm assuming 1, and b 2. So your first rational number will become, in between these two, 1 plus 2 by 2. That is 3 by 2. Simple. Now let's move on to second rational number. Now again you will apply this formula, a plus b by 2, but your a, let's say a will become a1 and b has to be new rational number. So 1 plus b, you have assumed 3 by 2 divided by 2. Now see, in numerator you have to take LCM. 2 ones are 2, 3 ones are 3. That is 5 by 2. And in denominator you have to take reciprocal. So 1 by 2. So it will give you 5 by 4. Similarly, third rational number you can find out. You can either take a as 3 by 2, b as 5 by 4, or 2 as b, a as 5 by 4, anything. But a different number has to be there. So if you take 3 by 2 and 5 by 4 divide by 2, what will you get? See, let me change the color of the pen. 3 by 2 plus 5 by 4 divide by 2. So if you take LCM, this is 4. 2 times 4 is 2. Sorry, 2 times 2 is 4. So you will multiply 2 with the numerator. 3 2s are 6. You know how to take LCM, right? And then this 2 will go as a reciprocal form. So you will get 11 by 8. Getting my point? So this is a bit complex method as compared to the previous method which we discussed. But I think because you are in 9th standard now, so you should follow this and you should know these basic concepts of addition and subtraction of rational numbers, okay? Let's move on to next question. You have to simplify 4 root 28 divided by 3 root 7. Okay, so let me write it like this. Now, if you factorize, you will see 28 is 7 4s are 28, correct? Now, if we have values in same root, I can write in different roots also. These two things are similar, equal. So can I write it like 4 root 7 into root 4 and 3 into root 7? So you can see root 7 gets cancelled, and you know root 4 is 2 because 4 is 2 into 2. So in square root you will get 1 2. So 4 2s are 8 by 3. You get an answer. Right? Let's move on to next question. So what have we got here? If 25 raised to power x minus 1 is equals to 5 raised to power 2x minus 1 minus 100, find the value of x. So let's see how can we do that. Now we have 25 raised to power x minus 1 is equals to 5 raised to power 2x minus 1 minus 100. Let's put together all the like terms. So I am taking 25 raised to power x minus 1 onto the right hand side. So because it has positive sign, it will go transpose is like minus 25 raised to power x minus 1. And here you have onto the right hand side minus 100. So when it will go to left, it will become 100. Okay, now can I write 25 in terms of 5 only? Yes, I can write it as 5 square. Correct? Now this is minus power raised to power a raised to power m raised to power n. What it is? It is a raised to power m into n. Correct? So it is 5 raised to power 2x minus 2. 2 gets multiplied with x minus 1 equals 100. Now, can I write it as 5 raised to power 2x divided by 5 raised to power 1 and 5 raised to power 2x divided by 5 square? How? Because you know, when we have powers with same base in division, we can subtract them. So can we do vice versa also? When they are in subtraction, we can write them in division form. So what's the purpose of this? Is like, can I take common now? See, 5 raised to power 2x is there in both of the numerators, and in denominator at least 1 5 is there. So what is left? 1. Here 1 by 5. Correct? Because here 2 5s, so 1 5 is taken common, so 1 5 is left. Now again base same, power gets up. Okay, so in this question we have to simplify. But what is given to us? A surd having x raised to power 4 raised to power 1 by 3, but in outer form we have 12th root. Remember, when you write square root of 4, it becomes 2. Do you know how? Because I can write 4 as 2 square, and this square root will become 1 by 2. And you know, power raised to power gets multiplied, so 2 gets cancelled with 2, we are left with 2. Similarly, if you have cube root, it will become power 1 by 3. And if you have nth root, it will become 1 by n. So we have 12th root here. So we have 1 by 12 as power. Yes or no? Okay. Now you know that a raised to power m raised to power n is a raised to power m into n. Correct? So I can write as 4 into 1 by 3 into 1 by 12. Any doubt? So I can divide this. 4 3s are 12. So now x becomes x raised to power, this value becomes x raised to power 1 by 9. 3 3s are 9. Now let's say this is the answer. But if you don't find this answer in MCQs, then you can apply this form also, because now you can say this as ninth root of x. Correct? Making sense or not? Okay, then let's move on to next question. So what we have here, 2 raised to the power 5x divided by 2 raised to the power x. Because we have base same, can I write it as a raised to the power m if we have this condition, this is n. Then because power gets subtracted, so I can write it as 2 raised to the power 5x minus x equals. Now again this is like the last question which we did. Can I write it as 2 raised to the power 20 raised to the power 1 by 5? Because this is fifth root of 2 raised to the power 20. And if it is the case, let's write it simply like this. Okay, so this becomes 2 raised to the power 4x. And we know power raised to power is this. Always write the formula that if you have this, you can simply multiply the powers. So 5 ones are 5, 5 fours are 20. So if you compare both of the sides, you will find we have same base. So we can equate powers, x becomes 1. Clear? Let's move on to next question. So what are we given with here? Find fourth root of third root of 2 square, and then find the product of third root of 2, fourth root of 2 and 12th root of 32. So these are all surds. Let's find out the value. First up, first value. This is fourth root of third root of 2 square. And we know that this is our base 2 square because it is having third root, so it will become 1 by 3. Then outside it we have fourth root, so 1 by 4. Okay, now we know that power raised to power will be multiplied. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, so we are left with 2 raised to power 1 by 6. 3 twos are 6. So this is sixth root of 2. Is it fine? Then second up, you can simply write it as 2 raised to power 1 by 3, 2 raised to power 1 by 4, and 32 if you take LCM. 2 ones are 2, 2 6 are 12, 2 eights are 16, 2 fours are 8, 2 twos are 4, 2 ones are 2. So this is 2 raised to power 5 raised to power 1 by 12. Can I write 1 by 12 this 12th root? Now you can see all of them. Okay, simplify it a bit more. 2 raised to power 1 by 3 into 2 raised to power 1 by 4 into 2 raised to power 5 by 12. Correct? Because power raised to power gets multiplied. So now you have base same, so power will be added in multiplication. Yes or no? You know that if you have same base, let's say MNO, so power O we cannot write, it will seem like 0, and anything having power 0, any number, it will become 1. So these all powers will be added. So 2 raised to power. Now just simply solve it. You know how to solve, how to add rational numbers. LCM of 3, 4 and 12 is 12. Now 3 fours are 12. So multiply 4 by 1. 4 threes are 12. So 3 ones are 3. And then 5. So 7 by 7 and 5. 12 by 12. That is 1. And that is, you are left with 2 as answer. Clear? So here we have to simplify 7 root 3 by root 10 plus root 3 minus 2 root 5 upon 2 root 6 plus root 5 minus 3 root 2 divided by root 15 plus 3 root 2. Sounds complex, right? But no issues. What you can do, just treat it as if it is having 3 parts. So 1, 2 and 3. Let's solve them one by one. You can do it in one go also if you are pro in it. But if basics are concerned, then you have to start by taking parts altogether. Okay, so if you take 7 root 3 by root 10 plus root 3, what will you get? Rationalize it by considering transpose. It has positive, so it will be multiplied by negative. Now if you multiply 7 root 3 and root 10, it will become root 30. Yes or no? Minus 7 root 3 and root 3. So see, 7 root 3 gets multiplied by root 3. Root 3 and root 3, 3. So 7 3s are 21. Divide by a plus b, a minus b. Root 10 square is 10 minus root 3 square is 3. So if you take in from numerator 7 common, so root 30 minus 7 3s are 21. In denominator you have 7 already. 7 gets cancelled with 7. So in first part you got 30 root 30 minus 3. Let's move on to second part. What is second? Try to solve it out. 2 root 5 divided by root 6 plus root 5. Okay then. So we have 2 root 5 root 6 plus root 5. We will multiply it by minus sign. Yes or no? Okay. When 2 root 5 gets multiplied by root 6, it will become root 30. 2 root 30 minus. If you multiply root 5 and root 5, it will give you 5. So 5 times 2 is 10. Divide by a plus b, a minus b. A square, root 6 square is 6 minus b square, root 5 square is 5. So 6 minus 5 is 1. So this is our answer. But see, minus sign is already here. So keep minus here and put the value of second part in brackets so that you can distribute minus later on. Now next up, 3 root 2 divide by root 15 plus 3 root 2. If you multiply it with its conjugate, that is with minus sign, you will get, see, 3 root 2 into root 15, 3 root 30 minus 3 3s are 9 and root 2 and root 2, 2, so 9 2s are 18. Now a plus b, a minus b, root 15 square is 15 minus 3 root 2 square, that is 3 square 9 and 2 square 2, so 9 2s are 18. Is it fine? So 15 minus 18 is 3 minus 3. And from numerator, can I take 3 common? So root 3 minus 3 6 are 18. 3 gets cancelled with 3. So you are left with, if you distribute this minus, you will make numerator. Your numerator will become opposite with opposite sign. So minus root 30 plus 6. Correct? Now just solve it. This is your simplified part. Distribute the minus sign. Minus 2 root 30 minus minus plus 10 minus minus plus root 30, then minus plus minus 6. So you can see root 30 and root 30. If you add, only coefficients get added. So it is 1 root 30, it is 1 root 30. 2 root 30, 2 root 30 minus 2 root 30, 0. Correct? Then you have 10, 6 and 3 minus 9. So this is 1. 1 is the answer. So the question was so complex and answer is 1. This is the beauty of mathematics. You just keep trying with rationalization and you'll get this answer. Okay? Let's move on to the next question. Now, a is given to you 3 plus root 5 by 2 and you have to find out the value of a square plus 1 by a square. Okay. So, first of all, do we have to rationalize it? No. because denominator is not in roots, not in irrational form. So let's do simply a square. Okay, a square will be 3 plus root 5 by 2 whole square. Yes, a plus b whole square is a square plus b square plus 2ab divided by 2 square is 4. So you'll get in terms of 3 square 9, root 5 square 5 plus 2 3s are 6 root 5 by 4, that is 14 plus 6 root 5 by 4. Can you take out 2 as common? So 2 7s are 14, 2 3s are 6 divided by 4. 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4. What are you left with? 7 plus 3 root 5 by 2. Correct? Now, this is your a square. Now it comes 1 by a square. Do you know what is 1 by a? 1 by a is reciprocal of a. That is 2 by 3 plus root 5. Now I cannot leave it like this because then we have to rationalize it. If you multiply 2 with 3, 6 minus 2 root 5. Now in denominator, a plus b, a minus b, that is a square, 3 square is 9, minus b square, root 5 square is 5. So 6 minus 2 root 5 by 4. Now again you can take common. 2 3s are 6. You can cancel this 2 by 4. So you are left with 3 minus root 5 by 2. So you can see what is your a square? A square is 7 plus 3 root 5 by 2. Plus, this is your 1 by a, right? You need 1 by a square. That means 3 plus root 5 by, this is 3 minus, correct? 3 minus root 5 by 2 whole square, right? So what it would be? Let me change the color of the pen. A square, 3 square is 9, plus root 5 square is 5, minus 2ab. 2ab divided by 2 to the 4. So 9 and 5, 14, minus 3 to the 6 root 5. 14 minus 6 root 5 by 4. Again you can take, see, this is the same form with negative sign, right? So our answer will be same, just with opposite sign. So can I write 7 minus 3 root 5 by 2? You have to show it, okay? You need to further take out common 2 here. So 2 7s are 14 minus root 5 by 4. So 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4. This is the answer. Yes, you have to write here what it is. You have taken 2 common, so 3 will be left here, na? Okay, 7 minus 3 root 5 by 2. Now if you take 2 common, 2 LCM, so 7 plus 3 root 5 plus 7 minus 3 root 5. 3 root 5 gets cancelled with 3 root 5, 7 and 7, 14 by 2, that is 7. This is your answer. Got my point? Let's move on to the next question. Okay, here surds are given to you and you have to simplify them. So try to make prime factorization, try to do prime factorization of the numbers. For example, if you have 8 and you take LCM, you will get 2 into 2 into 2 raised to power 1 by 3 is here. Then for 16, you can write 2 2s are 4, 2s are 8, 2s are 16. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 raised to power 1 by 3. You are getting these prime factorization using LCM. Right? Then 32. It is 2 into 2 5 times. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. See, 2 to the 4, 2 to the 8, 2 to the 16, 2 to the 32. Raised to power minus 1 by 3. Now if you write them in exponential form, this is 2 cube raised to power 1 by 3. This is 2 raised to power 4 raised to power 1 by 3. then 2 raised to power 5 raised to power minus 1 by 3. Power raised to power will be multiplied. So 3 multiply 1 by 3. 3 gets cancelled. Only 2 raised to power 1 is left. Now 4 into 1 by 3. 4 by 3. Then in denominator, 5 into minus 1 by 3. Minus 5 by 3. You know that if we have power in multiply, I can take reciprocal to make it positive, right? And here also you have to apply that formula, law, that power gets multiplied if power raised to power is there. So I'm writing here, I'm bringing this 2 raised to power minus 5 by 3 into the numerator and making it positive. Fair enough? Now you know these all are having same base and different powers. So can I add them? M plus N plus P. I have 3 numbers, that's why I'm writing 3. Okay. 2 raised to power 1, this is 1, plus 4 by 3, plus 5 by 3. What is the answer? LCM is 3, 3 ones are 3 plus 9, 12 by 3. And you know what is 12 by 3? 4. So 2 raised to power 4 is, this is 4. 2 raised to power 4 is 16. This is the answer. 2 2s are 4, 2s are 8, 2s are 16. Getting my point? Now let's sum this up by using last question. So we have almost touched upon everything from this chapter, starting from easiest, which I mean, if you solve NCERT, you will get the base level and then you can solve these extra questions. So you will be ready for exam. All the best for exam. Don't forget to, draw number line using all those geometrical aids, compass, rulers and all, and you will rock on. Okay? Thank you for watching this video. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.